Joining us from Washington, former governor of Vermont and former chairman of the Democratic National Committee, Howard Dean. Good to have you on the show this morning.
Thanks, Mika.
DNC chair endorsement from Howard. Who do you think?
Pete Buttigieg. Pete is a South Indiana mayor, 36 years old, 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan. Most important thing, he's the outside the Beltway candidate. This party is in trouble. Our strongest age group that votes for us is under 35, and they don't consider themselves Democrats. They elected Barack Obama twice. They didn't elect Hillary Clinton, but voted 58% for her. They don't come out during the midterms. They don't come out for down-ballot voters. Our leadership is old and creaky, including me, and we've got to have this guy, 36 years old, running this party. And I had dinner with him last night. He is really, really capable and smart. He runs a city of 100,000 people. He's got 1,000 people in his workforce. He's what we need.
Mayor Pete Buttigieg joined us here on Morning Joe earlier this month and told us what Democrats need to do differently to beat Donald Trump next time.
You got to show up everywhere. And I think there are a lot of communities and a lot of parts of my community that felt like nobody was talking to them. We got so caught up in the show, so busy talking about him, that they were asking, okay, who's talking about me? We also simply have to show up everywhere. You know, even in deep red counties. I can tell you that it matters. Even the ones we're going to get beat in, it matters whether we get beat 80-20 or 60-40. Because when you add that up statewide, that could be the difference.
Hey, Governor, what happened to the Democratic bench? Who's sitting on that bench?
There are good people on the bench, but they're not empowered. Our leadership is in their 60s and 70s, and the power in this party, potential power in this party, is under 35 years old. And, you know, if you want to change this party, you've got to have leadership that looks like the people you're going to change. We need outside the Beltway. I've had enough of all these endorsements from senators and congressmen, and we need somebody with administrative experience. Serving in the military certainly helps because Pete's organized and he's been in an area that most people wouldn't want to go to, Afghanistan. I just think this guy's the real deal, and I think this is the only way that we're going to this generation and get them to align with the Democratic Party. This is our future. This is not just about a 50-state strategy. It's about a 50-year strategy, and we can't do it unless we're willing to pivot to outside the Beltway.
Governor, let's just do pure politics here. Handicap the race. Secretary Perez and Congressman Ellison have been seen as the front runner. You've chosen someone who I don't think can win on the first ballot, but talk through how you think what his chances are of actually becoming the DNC chair, how he could win.
I think Pete's a lot of everybody's second choice, and I think that the Perez and Keith, who I like a lot and campaigned for, is a very good guy. But they represent certain interests inside the Democratic Party who are at odds with each other. The fact that neither one of them has locked this up by this time tells you something about the nature of this race. I think it's time for an outsider. I was an outsider. I came in. We didn't have the House, the Senate, or the presidency, and when I left, we had the House, the presidency, and the Senate. You can do this in 4 years, but you can't do it if you don't move this party outside the Beltway where the voters really are.
All right, thank you so much, Howard Dean. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Howard.